This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to the Park Board meeting for the city of Zumbrota, June 1st, 2026. We'll have a call to order, and we'll start with the agenda for tonight.
I'd like to add an item under D for unfinished business. I'd like to talk about park or lifeguards for the pool next year. I think we need to find out who's gonna be the person running it and start getting lifeguards as soon as possible. Because if we don't, we're gonna be SOL, as they say, because of all the places around here are taking lifeguards, and we need to be ahead of it in case people need training to get all ready and get ready for the new.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the added D under unfinished business.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And motion passed. Okay, we got some minutes to read over from last month.
I move to approve the minutes from the last meeting. Aye.
Passes for May. June, sorry, minutes, sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, the minutes from last month. But we have accounts payable to look at next for payment this month.
Shock there, but then I saw what it was for, so I guess that's not surprising.
Oh. I don't even want to think about what it would have cost if we didn't pass the pool now. Would have been double or triple that probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move to approve the accounts payable.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Accounts payable for $115,001 or $1.58. Room for public comment if we have any guests or visitors. Buddy. And then moving on to well, our unfinished business, we have the pool updates, which I don't think Brian's here. Or is there anyone else?
Unless you have anything, do you know, are they gonna start demolition or anything?
Yeah, I believe June 8th is supposed to be started demolition. We had a project meeting out there, walked through with vendors, stuff like that. And yeah, everybody's ready to get going.
I was gonna say I drove by it on Friday just to check it out, because I haven't been out there, so it's good to know that stuff's gonna be moving now.
I don't suppose anybody knows about anything from the fundraiser committee then, of what they're up to, or? I think Brian's mostly in communication with them.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from them.
There's a group that are just getting back together and starting to ramp it up.
Okay.
It sounds like they got some of the past people involved that are still willing to do the work. Some people are kind of like on the fence still after working so hard. But June 9th, it's here at City Hall if you guys wanted to pop in, and
What time?
I think 6:30.
Or if you want to shoot out a
Yeah.
email or something to remind us if, to confirm
Okay, do you want a giant red ribbon or anything to cut with the scissors, or giant scissors?
it. Next year.
I was gonna say, bring a sledgehammer maybe and knock some of the walls out. but.
June 9th, 6:30 is what I got.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, we're still chewing on the capital planning discussion, but we're always open to edits and agreements or moving progress on it. You guys need a document printed out at all? Can I get hard copies or?
No, I got it.
I had wrote down a couple notes, but I don't know, I couldn't find them when I came tonight, a couple of them.
It's all good, it's all good. Then you'd follow up with a question like, hey, do you want to implement something by end of year? 2027 lifeguards and capital planning goal? Put a little deadline on it. Yeah?
Yeah. Or do we need to, make sure the trails, parking and trails ordinance goes through if make sure that's the first step and then.
Yeah, if you read through the ordinance, like it's pretty extensive for good reason. It also steps on the toes of what the city was trying to accomplish. So it's kind of this conversation that has to be had. And us as a group, where we're at and what we want for the future to solidify a park board and trail board, and then to have its like authority but autonomy so that we can act and not be hamstrung, but also that we're respecting the transparency and the needs of the city. So there's like an oversight, stuff like that. But it's more defined in what I provided than just like, oh, well, we'll appoint somebody and then see what money we have. So that's what the point is like, let's get a set funding, let's get a set people that have autonomy or whatever decision-making powers. And then all the other stuff can kind of go under that with the protection. And of course, coming from me, I try to protect the green space from political divides. So if we implement something in the parks, then the next group of council can't just be like, well, we're done with that. It's a legacy. It's parkland. I don't know if that's written up in the past ordinances. I haven't seen it. So those are some of the goals that I'm trying to set forward, and I'm just providing documents. I'm not choosing what anybody wants to do. So.
Yep.
I'm sorry if it prolonged the already Parks and Trails chance we had.
I think it's great.
Yeah, it was a chance now for something to change. So otherwise it would be like, when are we gonna do a new ordinance? 3 years. I hope I'm not pushing too hard this year. Maybe I'm like retiring in a couple months and I'm just like, get everything done. No. I just have a lot of ideas and this is like my chance to spill it all out. See if we get movement. Good stuff.
Got some people too, we were talking today that might want to, for a group that gardens with, might want to jump into some pollinator gardens and stuff like that, like you spoke about when we met with Bo. So
I
there's
see
some of
that
them.
it's not mowed. It kept a nice length. The bank by upstream.
They haven't voted again?
Or did they this last couple
I
days?
don't know. We're kind of in a tug of war on,
Are ya?
they like the maintenance part, and so I'm kind of in a tug of war because there is people, depending on the level of labor for maintaining it, like we discussed, or whatever, that same group Kim's got might, go through and do the weeding, that, the cleaning up and stuff like that, so.
Yeah, let's have the park board stay informed, right? Whatever Kim needs and
Yep.
something that we can do. Can I jump in on another topic that happened this past couple weeks?
Go ahead.
It was a meeting with the Soil Water Conservation District, Bo Kennedy, Brian, and Jeff here. And we talked about the Environmental Natural Resource Trust Fund that the DNR provides for like parks and environmental resources and so forth. It's a grant I tried to speed through April 10th. It wasn't going to happen because there was not a real plan. But we had to talk about what happened with the SWCD and when they took down the bank and they cut all the trees out and all the flowers that they had, and then it got mowed down within months. So the project itself was to stabilize riverbanks, provide a bathysphere filtration for the river off the campground, stuff like that. It's ugly, right? It's ugly, weedy looking for a good chunk of the summer, and then it blooms like crazy, and then you have native flowering that is supposed to be there, right? So we had to talk about how the Bo could work with us again and approve like a plan. And he's trepidatious because you mowed down my last project that I got grant money for. So it was a really cordial and nice conversation, and we had like a good like warmth to it. It just didn't really go to anywhere. So the plan was, let's start with education and some signage that park board could make about plants, animals, trees, riverbanks, the watershed of the Zumbro. There's already a kiosk down there, but there's more that we can teach. And then the idea was like, hey, 5 minutes every park board, I could do a little training session on naturalist kind of stuff. If you guys wanted to move forward with those kind of thoughts and the park board mantra motto, that happened. And that's kind of something that I'd be pleased to implement. But
Why did it get mowed the first time?
from the story is,
I never heard that until now, to be honest.
yeah, I think Brian was a new city administrator and he was working with other public works.
Yep.
And they just had a plan on how to maintain, plus they wanted a river view. And so, our conversation with me there, it was like, well, we could provide like scenic bench points where you could enter and see the river. There was an access point for like going down to the river. And so it's easy, not easy, but it's necessary for public works to be like, hey, let's get this cleared out so the park can have a river view. But it's like, did you know that these plants needed to be sustained for 3 years and then flower, like that kind of stuff?
There was a mowing height stipulation and stuff like that, they could be mowed, was it a foot?
Yeah.
Foot or 10 inches to a foot or whatever, once a year or twice a year.
Yeah, like at a certain
Time.
July. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
but then, yeah, the preference was, from a couple people, they wanted it down, mowed tight with
Gotcha.
the rest of the grass or whatever.
Makes
stuff.
sense.
Yeah,
Gets buggy back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It's like a tunnel.
yeah, so
Yeah.
the DNR grant or whatever, then Bo had, in their contract, there was no hold for Bo to make it stay that way or whatever, so
Gotcha.
basically when it started getting mowed, that's where it ended.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of information tonight.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Mhm.
Education,
Right.
yeah, talking to the committee too.
Cool. Yeah, just a little like, maybe you just see like a newsletter where it says, hey, this is wild phlox, this is what it does. Here's a cattail, it can filter like a straw in the water.
Like we discussed too, if you have that group or that following that is educated, they can help. When you do a project like that, they can help maintain it,
Yep.
pull the noxious weeds, get it to what it's supposed to be,
Yep.
whatever, and nurture it along that way. Because, 10 inches to a foot tall a couple times a year isn't, there's plenty of view from that, or whatever, so.
Yep.
And still protecting the flowers you put there, so.
Awesome.
Lifeguards. Dan Idler is the name.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we need to have Ann?
Yeah, we could have her come back. I know
Come
she
back.
is still interested.
Okay,
Yeah.
she was a really great resource too. She always had knowledge of everything and knew what was going on and.
So she's still really,
And she works in the school, so she has access to potential lifeguards.
I believe Brian mentioned too that she is a CPO.
Yes.
Yes.
So, yep, so she did get her CPO. We don't have results yet, but Paul and I also went in, so we have some redundancy on CPO certification. So we'll have 2 city staff that also have CPOs.
Yeah, I say we reach out to her and just kind of connect for next summer.
Yep, I can reach out to her.
she'll require a wage and she'll have like numbers to back it up. and wages for the lifeguards, so bring up to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, she was on top of it when she was running it, so.
Yeah, she knew what everybody else paid and
hmm
was all over it.
You emailing her right now?
I'm just gonna put an email up so that I remember to do it. I will forget.
Nice to chat.
On another note that's not on here, I should have some Frisbee golf launch pad numbers coming here shortly or whatever. So you guys will have, a cost on that.
Perfect.
I am crunching some of your priority project list numbers from back and kind of trying to update numbers from 2021 that you guys put together. Kind of where you're focused. I mean, your pools going, stuff like that, but you guys had the Park Road in there, and I know there's a couple Trestle Bridge grants that were awarded. I think Brian mentioned you guys, so there'll be some blacktop, once it's parks and trails, there's part of the trail that didn't get resurfaced at that time. And then your Park Road will probably follow that once all the heavy equipment and stuff's done. So I was just trying to get you being that you're in a budgeting cycle by the end of the year, you'll want some of those hard numbers for moving forward.
So, plan September meeting to have some pretty hard decisions. That's when we decide on our budgeting, and Kim asks us for that. I think it's like a quarterly, right?
Yeah.
And then that will bring us into winter planning, and then we can punch it into 2027.
If you're out there, I'll get a chance, take a walk around that shelter. Just kind of peek at landscaping and then take a look at that deck and kind of see what your guys' feel is on that. Some city staff and I were out there and kind of looked at it, and the deck is probably beyond any finish putting on it or whatever. So, and then the landscaping's in pretty dire need of some repairs. So those are some other.
Does the deck need to be replaced then?
I believe, yeah, within the next few years, it's going to need a replacement.
Is it cedar? Is it treated or what is
I
it?
think it was green treated at one time, but it's pretty dry at this point. I don't think you're going to revitalize it with anything at this level. So,
They live their life and they're done.
This is the shelter by Kids Kingdom, right?
Yep, the shelter that gets rented out. Yeah, and I know the composite numbers are pretty scary right now or whatever, and that's
Agreed. I
Probably
just
about
checked for something I have and
Me too.
I won't be doing it anytime soon.
there were some bids in town, a guy I know got or whatever, and they were about $114 a square foot.
Yeah,
So with labor.
so you can get a deck this big.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Just enough to stand on.
And then
Exactly.
that deck's 1,040 square feet out there, so if that tells you anything, what kind of dollars you're looking at. And you're over $100 a square foot, so.
We just put a back step on our porch. It's like 2 steps and it has just a platform, not quite this, not as long as this, but a little bit wider. It was $1,200 more to do the composite versus just treated. Yes. That was a crazy number.
Everybody wants it too because it lasts forever.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it looks nice.
And
Mhm.
you never have to sting it or play
Mhm.
around with it again, especially here in Minnesota.
Did the dugouts get wrapped with chain link yet?
I haven't been over there to see, go by there every day, but I did not look over there.
Yeah, I do too, and I never look.
On to like crank on and then pin it.
He's got the stretcher because he ordered one with the whole kit. So he's got the puller piece that's got the fingers on it that grabs the chain link. I think then, yeah, I think he must just ratchet strap from there.
Bathhouse is coming along good too. I saw they got the front wall almost 3/4 done, so it's looking sharp.
Yep, should finish up about in time. The 8th or the following week there, or the 15th, then the framers should be here. Roof trusses and your interior framing, your wood walls inside and your steel liner and all that stuff should be right behind it. And then yeah, right into bathrooms and eventually epoxy floors and rest of the concrete. electrical.
That's like, we paid for all of that, didn't we? Or is there more coming from that?
There was quotes I was able to gather that had been
Yeah.
got, for that, but we have not paid for all of it. No.
Okay, fair. Okay.
Yep, they will be billing. The block layers, they did up to the grade level,
Yep,
before, so they billed for that part. And then now we'll have the
okay.
up above, but yeah, certain things are paid for, but
Yeah.
only up to, nobody overbilled what they've
No,
accomplished.
I didn't remember how deep we're into it yet, so, cool.
Yeah, you'll start, in our meetings to follow, you'll start seeing some pulls, some draws
I
coming up.
figured.
Yep.
Yep.
Balance on our accounts from Kim last month. It's a month old, but minus 115, I guess. I got the 225 fund, which is like our operating. It says. Gotta tally that up. Sorry, I don't have a total line. 65. It's in 4 different columns. Maybe I'll just send it out to you guys.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, it's kind of hard to read, and I'll send it out so that you know what kind of money we have this summer.
Awesome.
Yeah, okay.
And you're making progress. I see the sign that was being moved from out by Quick Trip to over by the bridge here. I see it.
Yeah.
Getting
Kirby
that
and I
prepped or,
Couldn't catch them today. We got a quote back to continue some pavers or concrete, so I was just gonna throw those numbers at him to see what, he didn't ever give me dollars really, he had to spend for that, so I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page when we move forward. And then we ended up going to, kind of like the other informational signs had that kind of that red iron pedestal.
Yep.
So we're gonna have one of those built also to hold that, and then on the front there'll be a plaque with a little bit of verbiage on there saying where it used to be and how the old Dubuque Trail and just that it was moved.
Yep.
Mhm.
Did you figure out how deep that thing went? Have you yanked it out of there or no?
No, they had the skid loader up there, but I think they blew a hose. They figured it was about 18 to 24 inches thick, that base.
It was,
Jeez.
good thing nobody hit it or anything.
Yeah, the rest of it
I don't know, maybe somebody did. I don't know. If you ever hit that, did you know?
They hit the roundabout frequently.
I was gonna say-
Little launch, again, he was trying to get away from state patrol.
Yeah, the sign crews are very busy.
They are.
Oh, I just don't understand.
Okay. Never thought of that one.
Well,
I don't fancy a motion to adjourn at any time.
Make a motion to adjourn.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Short and sweet.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Make sure you tell Fred Rash about that too.
It's always like hour and a half, 2 hours.